If you want to know how bad we're living in right now in 2026, just went to the store. They took off the 99-cent label. We are down bad, y'all. No 99 cent. They were holding strong. 2026 got the best of them. Yeah. If you want to know how bad we're living in right now in 2026, just went to the store. They took off the 99-cent label. We are down bad, y'all. No 99 cent. They were holding strong. 2026 got the best of them.
All right, we are back. We are going to talk about Arizona iced tea. Now, a lot of people, some of you might be thinking, why are you talking about Arizona iced tea? Well, Arizona iced tea, this brand, the owner of Arizona iced tea has said, even most recently, that he will keep his drink at 99 cents. And that if you ever see an Arizona iced tea can go above 99 cents, you're supposed to report it. Now, I personally have never seen an Arizona iced tea above 99 cents. It might be possible that there are like some mom and pop like gas stations where they are running above 99 cents and they don't care. But the law of Arizona iced tea is that it's supposed to be 99 cents or less. Typically, when I see Arizona iced tea marketed, it could just be my state, since obviously Arizona and Arizona iced tea is probably very popular here. They're never even 99 cents. They're usually like 79 cents, 89 cents. They're never really 99 cents. So, people are starting to see that, places where they live, that stores are marking the Arizona iced tea drinks above 99 cents. And what does concern me about this is that the Arizona iced tea drinks always have the 99 cents label on it. Now, Arizona iced tea, I'll be honest, it's not something I drink really. I see them all the time, like every time I'm in a store. I have drank the fruit punch Arizona iced tea, but you guys are going to be like, oh my god, I actually don't drink iced tea. I don't like tea really. So like, I don't know, so it's not something I would normally drink. But these are like little signs when you start seeing a product that's always been the same price for however long. If somebody wants to look it up, when Arizona iced tea became, how long they've been in business for. So if they've been selling their drink for 99 cents, let's say for 30 years, I don't know what year they came around, but let's just say they've been selling at the same price forever. And then one day you go into the store and buy one and the label comes off. I mean, you should really pay attention to that, because that means it's not going to be 99 cents anymore. And I watched a video of the owner of Arizona iced tea maybe like a couple years ago, saying that he was never going to change the price. So we're going to see, because I mean, unless you're like a little kid, do you guys remember that? Wasn't it not just maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that McDonald's, wasn't it like any size for a dollar? Now McDonald's drinks are $1.49. Now, if they're lower than $1.49 where you live, let me know, because I have only been in a couple states in the last couple years. So in Colorado and Arizona, when you go to McDonald's and you're like, I want a large, it doesn't matter if you pick small, medium, or large. They're all $1.49. Like when McDonald's finally went up from 99 cents, it went straight to $1.39. So like it wasn't gradual. It didn't go 99 cents then 109. It literally went, I could be lying here. It went 99 cents to I think 129. And then I don't know, it must have been like in the last like maybe couple months. Now it's 149 at that price. Unless you're like dining in, I don't know, let me know. Maybe I'm just a cheapskate. Is $1.49 a good value right now at McDonald's? Now, I will say this, if you do have a car, because I'm sure some of you guys don't have cars, um, I would rather go to Sonic because Sonic, the person will walk out to your car and hand you the drink. And Sonic has a extra large fountain drink that's like 44 ounces. I'm putting you guys up on game if you guys are like, well, I never go to Sonic. I'm sorry, I like Sonic better than McDonald's because I don't want to get off my car. Sonic, they have a better selection of drinks. Like, I mean, let me know in the comment section if you guys mess with Sonic or not. Sonic has a way better selection of fountain sodas. They have Big Red, they have Hawaiian Punch, they even have Powerade. When you go to McDonald's, it's the same tired ass sodas that they've been selling forever. And then, Sonic also has lemonades. Their lemonades are bomb. They have ices, and they're all like half price if you use the Sonic app. Somebody got to pay me for this promotion. So, like, I don't know. To me, if I see a Sonic and a McDonald's and they're both going to cost me $150, I'm going to Sonic because Sonic will give me the bigger drink and I don't have to get off my car and I got better choices. So I don't know. What do you guys think about, Sonic and McDonald's or whoever? But back to Arizona iced tea,
If you want to know how bad we're living in right now in 2026, just went to the store. They took off the 99-cent label. We are down bad, y'all. No 99 cent. They were holding strong. 2026 got the best of them. Yeah.
Now, if you love Arizona iced tea, I'm sure you're going to still keep buying it. I will say this for me. I guess I never honestly bought it anyways. A couple times I have. I guess I'm imagining it'll probably creep up. If, the guy showed us on camera, I personally haven't noticed that the label came off. But the next time I go in the grocery store, which will probably be tomorrow, I'm going to pay attention if the Arizona iced tea drinks have the labels off. But like they always have huge displays with Arizona iced tea. Like when you're walking through the grocery store, like they're really trying to sell them. And they're never over 99 cents. They're always like 79 cents. So I'm going to investigate and see. But I personally haven't seen Arizona iced tea above $1. But, this is probably the start of the end for the cheap 99-cent Arizona iced tea. So if you're in an area like mine where they haven't been above $1 and you love this drink, stock up now because you never know. Just like gas, who knows? It might go up to $1.25. Just trust me. They didn't remove the label to raise it like 5 cents. They removed the label because they're about to jack this shit up. So, it was a good run for Arizona iced tea. A very good run. We're going to read some comments and see what you guys think about Arizona iced tea possibly going above 99 cents. Is this the end of America when you have trusted brands that promised that they were never going to raise their price, now possibly about to raise their price? We have a comment here. Arizona iced tea isn't tea, by the way. Well, I have no idea if it's tea or not. I've never drank the ones that are actually tea. The only one that I have drank on this screen is the one that says fruit punch. I have never drank the teas. We have a comment here. It's not true. I've seen them 159. Wow, that's crazy. Do you guys live like in the East Coast maybe? Let me know where you guys see. A lot of this stuff is like regional and stuff. I have never seen an Arizona iced tea above 99 cents. I swear they don't even, they're always like 79 cents. So I don't know. Speedway charges over 99 cents. So, okay, I could tell since you're saying Speedway, that sounds like East Coast. We don't have speedways out west. Oh, so in Wisconsin, they sell them for $1.59. So we have a comment here. Sounds like you're referencing the owner of Arizona Iced Tea. You say he's a liar. He thought that was a good marketing strategy to get his brand out, and voila, backfired. They've been $1.25 for years. Not where I live. I think the reason why it's possible that I've never seen this is because it's called Arizona Iced Tea, and I'm in Arizona, so it probably is kind of like in a typical Arizonan's brain that when they see it, they're gonna buy it. Maybe they sell. My point is, they probably sell a lot in Arizona because it's called Arizona Iced Tea. So maybe that's why they keep the price low. But I swear, I never seen it for $1.25. Not the cans. The other drinks like the gallons and stuff, yeah, but not the cans. No, I have never tried the apple Arizona iced teas. Never even heard of that. Apple lime. Well, I think that if you go to the Dollar Tree to get Arizona iced tea, where everything in Dollar Tree is at least $1.25. But what about like a regular grocery store, like a Kroger company grocery store? Like if you're like, well, what is Kroger? Well, Kroger is like Fry's, Ralph's, Smith's, those type of stores. Or what about like Safeway or Albertsons? How much do they sell for in those places?
If you want to know how bad we're living in right now in 2026, just went to the store. They took off the 99-cent label. We are down bad, y'all. No 99 cent. They were holding strong. 2026 got the best of them.
Well, I'm not going to Oregon. Oregon's probably really expensive. I've been there before, though. You know, Oregon must be pretty expensive, especially if you're like in Portland. That is unfortunate. In the Safeways in Arizona, they are not $1.25. But maybe I think it has to do with, you know, they're probably gonna sell very well here in Arizona, so there's no reason for it to go up. I went to Portland in 2009. So, I don't know. I don't have anything to say about it. I had a good time. I went there to go shopping and go eat. and it was fun. So, I know that it's nothing like how it was back in 2009. So we have a comment here, and I like you, Observer, but I'm going to have to disagree about this. LOL, who cares about a 25 cents or 50 cents more? We make enough money to afford the increase. So I have some questions for you. I have to challenge you. You said, who cares? Well, there are people that do care. Maybe you don't care because according to your comment, it sounds like you can afford the increase. Well, here's what your comment's not mentioning is that, well, 25 cents increase at McDonald's, 25 cents increase at Arizona iced tea. Everything that you do has a 25 cents or 25% increase. Maybe you're doing really good. I'm happy for you if you're doing good, but you have to. Here's the thing about like with politics. If everybody says, well, who cares? Because I'm doing good, because I can afford it. Do you think that everybody around you, do you think that you guys make the same amounts? You walk by people every day who make a couple 100,000, but you walk by a lot of people who are broke and struggling. Even if they make 50K, that's nothing. You don't actually take that home. So I have to disagree with you that for some people, yeah, if we're going to take it literally, like, okay, I'm going to buy one Arizona iced tea. It's $1.25, but it's not just that one Arizona iced tea. What about over the course of the year? What if that is something that you really love, right? And you were buying lots of them. Well, that's 25 cents times however many you bought that year. If you buy 100 of them in 2026, that's an extra $25. So it does matter. Again, it may not be something you're concerned about. Maybe you have money saved up, you got a good career or job, but not everybody's like that. A lot of people are not like that. So I do have to disagree with you on that, because I'm sure you guys have seen all the videos like on TikTok and YouTube, people crying about, how much they're earning, how it's not enough. There's videos of people saying $20 an hour is not enough. $17 an hour is not enough. So I'm sorry. Like I said, I like you, but I can't agree with that statement, because every quarter matters. I'm sorry. Yes, it matters. If none of this mattered, people would just pay whatever. Now, you might be a person who can afford to do that, but not everybody can do that. There are people on tight budgets. There's people that are broke. There's people that, just always keep in mind that there is people doing far worse than you. So just keep that in mind. So we have another comment. I don't care, but at least I'm intellectually honest and you agree it affects others. Yes. Now, like I said before, I played, the clip about Arizona iced tea, and we talked about, the owner and what he said about, the 99 cent prices. Now, I already knew that to some people it might seem silly, like, oh, it's only a quarter, or like, it's going to go a little bit above 99 cents. But here's what's going to happen. If this is indeed true that they removed the label, it might be a quarter increase right now. And then the same thing like other markets, it could be $2 in like 2 or 3 years. And people are saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe that Arizona iced tea used to be $1 and now it's like $2.50 now. And then people are there now. We're not talking about a quarter. You think they took the label off to only raise it one time, like about 25 cents? No, they're going to keep raising it. So it does matter. I'm sorry, it matters. When eggs, I don't know how much eggs are where you guys are, but let's say they're $4. You don't think that people notice when eggs are 4.50, like the cheapest ones? Now, again, you might be rich, so the 50 cents doesn't matter. You might go, well, I don't care. I can afford the eggs at 4.50, but not now. Of course, it doesn't mean that the people that are poorer than you, they might have the 50 cents. It doesn't mean they want to spend it. If the eggs go from $3.99 to $4.50, right? And then who eats eggs by themselves? Now you need a pack of bacon. Well, if the pack of bacon also goes up 50 cents, now you just spent an extra dollar on your breakfast. And obviously there's orange juice, apple juice, all these kind of things. So by me saying all this is that, 25 cents increase, 50 cents, although you don't care because you're rich. And you have a good job, that's great. But for other people, maybe, for example, I'm just making up a number, maybe they typically spend $10 at the grocery store buying breakfast, or, I'll just use $10. But if everything goes up like 50 cents, maybe they spend $15 now, and that might affect their bottom line. So I'm just saying, be mindful and careful. Now I know you may not have meant it like literally, like I do not care, but like I'm just saying, just keep in mind that 50 cents does matter to a lot of people. I don't know who you know, but 50 cents does matter. If 50 cents didn't matter, nobody would complain about gas prices. Gas prices have went up $1.50 in the last like 2.5 weeks where I live. It's only $1.50, right? So why are people complaining about gas prices if it only went up $1.50 a gallon? It's only $1.50. Everybody should be able to afford $1.50. So we have a comment here. A 20-ounce soda costs $2 plus. So compare that to $1.25 to $1.50 for a 32-ounce drink. I remember buying a 2-liter soda for 79 cents. Yes, I agree with you, but here's the thing. If you were smart, and I'm not saying you, but if a person is smart, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say, call it what it is. If you go to stores and you grab a 20-ounce soda, and they're not $2 in Arizona, they're more like $3. They're like $3. Why would you buy that when you could just go and buy the 6-pack for like $5.99? You got to be a fucking idiot or lazy if you cannot just, like, if you're in a grocery store, you could just walk to the soda aisle and buy a 6-pack, and now you're only paying $1 each. And most of the time, I would say at least every other week, soda goes on sale where you can get those 20-ounce like 6-packs. They'll be like $3. A lot of times they'll run like their little scam. They'll say if you buy like 3 packages or something like that. But I've seen them like very low, at least in my state. They've been like $2.99 for 6 bottles, which is only 50 cents. Why would you buy a 20-ounce bottle of soda for $3? Like, I would not buy. I don't do that. I do not do that. I mean, I know that sometimes there's emergencies, whatever, but if you are regularly grabbing a 20-ounce soda for $3, that's crazy. Tell them to get a Sam's card and buy Arizona teas in bulk and get 50 cents off per can. Well, that's a good idea if you have a Sam's Club membership. We have a comment here. I don't buy eggs. I have chickens. But eggs were ridiculous. I gave out dozens of eggs for a bit. Like, do you guys not remember? I don't know where, everyone's different where they live. But eggs were $10 a carton for the cheap ones. They were like $10 a carton. Maybe some stores were like 8. But do you guys remember when eggs were like $8 and up, we'll just say? Um, like, do you think people can just go, well, the eggs only doubled, or well, they probably tripled in price? I remember when eggs were like they were like $10. Um Now, I remember seeing older white people like in their 50s and 60s and 70s. I was in the grocery store. I was in Albertsons, and I saw like a lot of different, like I saw a lot of white people, older. They were standing around the eggs in shock. Nobody was even grabbing the eggs. You know how when you go shopping, you just like, you look for, whatever you're looking for and you just grab it. People were like, I swear, like in Arizona, even, and this is in a wealthy area, not no broke area. I saw people standing by the eggs and they were all just looking at them. Nobody even grabbed any of them. Nobody grabbed it because they didn't want to pay $10. Nobody did. So unless these are broke people who drove to the rich area to go to Albertsons, I don't know. So like, prices do affect what people are going to do. I mean, I know I wasn't going to grab any eggs for $10. And apparently these upper middle class and higher white folks didn't want to grab them either.